let's make green enchilada sauce, why don't we? This is with tomatillos. So hair up, wash our hands, and let's get ready to go. We need 6 cups of tomatillos. I'm kind of going to be modifying this recipe because I'm going to be using all of the tomatillos that my husband has harvested off of the land. So I'll give you what normally I would put in the container, but you might be seeing me put in extras. So I'm going to get 6 cups of tomatillos and we're going to put them in the pot back there. Half an onion roughly chopped. I mean, like, the end product is going to be amazing, but don't spend your time chopping it into little tiny pieces. Just roughly chop it, throw it in. 3 cloves of garlic, or however much garlic you love, right? Remember, I'm giving you the normal batch. I'm doubling mine. 1 Anaheim pepper, roughly chopped, and 1 jalapeno, or in my case, however many peppers you want, because this is my kitchen, my house, and not Oregon Safe approved. Yeah, I said it, Oregon. Black pepper is not hot. Just gonna put that out there. Don't be all offended, I'm just making fun. Just being fair, my chickens here don't like hot food either, so you got something in common. Drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, turn up the heat to medium-high, and saute it until they're lightly golden brown and they get soft. Don't forget to stir it. You might want to turn your fan on too. You don't want to blow everybody else out of the house. We're going to do half a teaspoon of ground cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of sea salt or kosher salt. It just can't have the iodized salt. You could use canning salt too. 3 tablespoons of fresh chopped cilantro, but I don't have any fresh chopped cilantro. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use freeze-dried cilantro. You know, the cilantro I just took out of my yard and freeze-dried a couple months ago. That's what we're doing, 3 tablespoons. Set this aside with 1.5 cups of water. You're going to use them in a minute. Keep stirring your pot of goodness. The aroma coming out of my kitchen right now is probably going to scare all of the locals away. I'm going to want 1/4 cup of lime juice, so get that prepared and ready because it's all going to start coming together really fast. Why do I use bottled lime juice instead of actual limes? Because recipes that are for canning have a certain acidity level, and I always use bottled because the acidity level is consistent here as opposed to a real lime. Get out your immersion blender because you're gonna use her and she's gonna make you smile. Or if you don't have one of these, you can always use an actual blender or a food processor. This is what it looks like now. Time for action. We're gonna add the water and the seasonings that we set aside all at once. Then we're gonna cover it, turn it down to a simmer, and let it simmer for 10 minutes. I know you wanna see what the cilantro looks like. It is gorgeous when it hits water. Here's a tip. Next time I freeze dry cilantro, I will never freeze dry the stems again. Even though the stems have a ton of flavor, I may just pre-chop all my cilantro, but then it would fly away a lot more easier. Yeah, not the stems. We're gonna let it simmer for about 10 minutes until it gets all soft and gooey and ooey, and then we're going to blend the heck out of it. Y'all, I got so wrapped up in one of your videos, I almost forgot to show you what to do next. 10 minutes has been up. It's very soft and pliable. We are now going to stick the immersion blender in, and we're gonna blend the whole puppy up. We're just gonna blend it up. You want to see what it looks like? This is what it looks like. Make sure you put the entire blender part in, and it always scares me. And just start blending. Woo! This is what you are looking for. It's always best not to try to record using an immersion blender while using an immersion blender. Let me go clean up my mess. This is where you are going to add your lime juice and stir it thoroughly. Then we're going to fill our jars. It looks beautiful, it smells amazing, and I'm excited. What am I going to use this for? Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. So while I fill these are the rules. 1/2 inch headspace, 40-minute water bath canning. That's it. This is where you would take a little bit of lime juice and put a teaspoon to a tablespoon into each jar that you have, just to up the acidity level. Or you can add it all in and stir it at the very beginning. Either way. It's delicious either way. And then, as always, we wipe our rims to make sure they're clean before we cap them. Now that we know we're going to have a really good seal, we're going to cap them, put the rings on, and stick them in the water bath canner. Lower them down, put the lid on it. When it comes to a boil, you're going to water bath can them for 40 minutes. In that time, you should have your kitchen clean. And we are back at it. We are going to uncap them. It's been a couple days. And we're going to see if they sealed. And pray they did. They feel like it. So uncap them, test them, and then we're going to get the water warmed up, and we're going to wash them, and then label them, and talk figures. Let's talk figures. At this point in my life, I'm wondering why we need to talk figures. The tomatillos were from my garden. The peppers were from my garden. The onion was not from my garden, but I used a partial leftover part of the onion that I used on another project. And basically, I didn't add it up because it's probably less than $3. I got 6 jars for less than $3. And it's amazing stuff. I love it. But what would I do with this? Literally, go to Costco, buy a rotisserie chicken, get some of the corn tortillas, or make your own, whatever floats your boat. Chop up the chicken, throw it in, take some cheese, your favorite cheese, mozzarella cheese, yellow cheese, Tillamook cheese, support Tillamook. I'm just saying, support Tillamook. And make yourself some chicken enchiladas. That chicken that you get at Costco is $4.99. This is less than $1 a jar. You're going to have dinner with the tortillas if you make them really inexpensive. You could feed a family of 6 for less than $10. I'm just saying, this stuff is amazing. You're going to up your game. So that's what I would use it for. In fact, that is what I use it for because it makes the most amazing enchiladas. But there you go. Okay, don't forget to label. I'm going to rinse these, then I'm going to label. And I don't know where I'm putting them because at this point in time, I have absolutely no space. None. I know you're laughing because you probably don't have space at this point in time either. The struggle is real. Struggle is real. Yep. Nice struggle to have, though. It's a very delicious struggle to have, isn't it? Ah! Yeah. I'll take this one. Okay.